everybody, my name is Oso. We are playing Farming Simulator on Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri. And I'm in the middle of transferring loads of stuff down to the train yard. I'm not selling it now, but it is due to be sold next month. So kind of figured it's probably a good plan to get this all done now, and then we can just sell stuff later on in the episode. So I've made about 4 trips already this morning. And there's about 2 more to go, I think. Let's have a look. 92. Should be less than 75, so that should be enough for the job at hand. Don't know how that happened. Okay, so I also this week I've done weeding on the corn and soybean fields. So those don't need to be done. I still need to spray fertilizer on the cornfields. Soybeans don't need it, so we can skip that. What I'm probably going to do is once I've transferred all of the soybeans down to the train yard, I will... Hi, doggy. I will sleep the night and then we'll do the spraying on May 2. Technically, I can do the spraying anytime after now, or from now onwards until harvest time. I like to get it done as early as possible because then we don't have any risk of destroying crop while we're spraying it. We'll then be able to run to the end of May into June, check prices on the soybeans, sell those once we've emptied the train yard. The train yard only holds 500,000 litres. Turns out our farm holds 16, so that's a good thing. But yeah, we'll... Oh, truck's struggling. We'll sell the soybeans, then I'm going to have to take the time to transfer the corn over there. Got about 200,000 litres of that. What I was wondering was whether there would be a bay left on the truck where I could transfer at least 1 bay of corn. Not sure I'm going to have enough room. So we'll do what we can. Try not to hit the oncoming traffic. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a good truck, I must admit. It's not unrealistic. It does transfer 75,000 litres of stuff. Weight allowing. Now the other thing I can do is, since all of the soybeans will be down here, I can, if necessary, I can pick up the soybeans from here and sell it somewhere else in town if it's better priced. I tend not to bother to do that. I tend to just sell it on the train. It's one thing, one trip, get all the money. I think they've reduced the as you sell things, the value gets less. I do know that was definitely quite a severe thing in Farm Sim 17, where you might get you may have enough time to get from your farm to a sell point and sell 2 truckloads, and then the price starts dropping. So you make progressively less per truckload. So if you could find a way to mitigate that price decay, that was a good thing. Now, one of the ways you do that was great demands. The price was blue. It wasn't necessarily the best price. It was usually inflated over what it had just been. So, for example, if something was $1,000 per litre, it may bump up to 1,050, 1,100, maybe if you're lucky 1,200, which may or may not be the best price you could theoretically get for the product. But it was a fix because it was a great demand. It wouldn't decay when you delivered it. So you could then take 10 trailers worth out there and just get the great demand price for as long as the great demand lasted. Great demands usually lasted, I think, about 12 to 24 hours. So that was fun. But other than that, it was like, how do I get all of the stuff to the store? Or what you would then do is take 2 truckloads and then either deliver it somewhere else or wait a couple of hours while the price recovered and then deliver a couple more truckloads and then wait a few hours for the price to recover. In Farm Sim 25, this is not so much of an issue. I need to switch to the front. So we'll take the last load down there, dump that. I should have enough room for at least one bay of corn, but I don't know. We'll see how we get on. $72, yeah, there's only 3,000 capacity left in the truck. The other thing I could have done was ship a 50-50 soybean corn in each trailer, because corn is a little bit heavy, and so it takes up weight capacity rather than volume capacity. So at least we'll get all the soybeans down there. There we go. Cover on the front trailer and done. Cover on the back trailer, and we'll get back to the store. Now I do have some. We'll worry about trucking later. There is some more trucking that needs to be done. For now, this is the last load in the truck for the immediate future. So what's been happening this week? This week, nothing happened last weekend. Nothing significant happened last weekend. I think Mrs. Osa's friend came round and we played cards. And they made cakes. So we had a dozen cupcakes for the week. Monday we sold the Saab and the Honda Odyssey and got ourselves a Buick, which is by year the newest vehicle we've ever owned. And I think the Saab was the absolute newest vehicle I've ever owned. It was a 2009 and we got it in 2009, 2008. There weren't that many 2009s released because GM shut them down almost immediately, but the few that they built at the end of 2008, that was it. So that's now gone. Sad to see it go. It's a fun ride, but I'm getting old and less bendy, and getting into a car that size is kind of getting an issue for me. So having a small SUV is a little bit easier on the joints. What else is happening? So yeah, we did that on Monday. I actually went and looked at it on Saturday afternoon. Left Mrs. Osa at home, so we didn't have to go through all the pressure. It's just I'm here to look at it and then I'm leaving, and if I like it I'll be back. So we were there till about 10, 11 o'clock. Well, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock by the time we got home. So late night for me. And doop. Why is that? There we go. I'm guessing I've got the back. Yes, bin selected. There we go. Much better. And then the rest of the week has been relatively peaceful. Boy decided to come this weekend, so he came over 6:30 yesterday. He's sleeping. Mrs. Osa's sleeping. And it's about the time of year where grass needs to be cut. So I might not do that this weekend, but we will have to do that soon-ish. Alrighty. It's dumping from the back. And that's all the soybeans. I think there's enough capacity there to bring out a trailer of corn. I'm not going to. Kind of weird. This is 75,000 litres, so 2 is 150. 4 is 300. 5 would be 375. We didn't quite make it that far. Oh, postage man, go. Yeah. Gee, dude, not funny. Okay, so I'm going to take the truck back to the farm, park the trailers out the back. In fact, I might park the trailers out the side. This could be... okay. he did turn left. The risk there is sometimes I end up there with a string of like 10 cars, and I want to turn left, and then the first car also wants to turn left, and so it becomes gridlock junction. Oh, good grief. I didn't take my meds this morning. We'll worry about that in a minute. I also moved a load of manure over to the BGA earlier on this game day. So the BGA is quite full, at least of manure. It's getting, well, honestly, I don't know. Given the big cow barn, we are now producing more slurry than the BGA can keep up with, which is kind of a good thing. Manure, potentially so. Okay, I'm going to park this on the grass at the back here. Turn the engine off. We'll do a quick rundown of what's going on. So, no weeds anywhere. pH is looking relatively good. We're going to have to refresh the soil map on those two fields soon-ish. Nitrogen, these all got sprayed this morning. That's good to go. Soybeans don't need nitrogen. Corn does. And I did top off the corn with digestate, so there's not going to be a lot of fertilizer to go on there. Next down, May is May. Cows are fed, not fed quite so much. We may need to drop off a load there. Sheeps are good. Horses are okay. Oh, these are already reproducing. These are still youths. Job. Oh, looky. There's a weeding contract. I might get my weeder out tomorrow. Manure, we've got lots, 59,000 litres. Slurry, we've only got 29, but I can take that over. Slurry, we've got 58. That's nearly 2 tanks worth at the big yard. 23 is not quite a tank there, but I could run. We'll leave it till tomorrow. We'll be able to get 2 loads from the big yard. And yeah, that's farm stuff. We have feed mixer, a little flat trailer, a sprayer, and a front loader just came up, so not too worried about those. And I want to be here. We'll go to sleep. We'll pick up in the morning. Of course, what I haven't looked at is what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, and I'm probably going to end up with a rainy day. Still, not to worry. And stuff. Oh, lots of drapers. New Holland and Case. Feed the dog. There we go. Dog's probably playing in the street. So we've now got 65,000. That's enough for 2 tanks, and 26 would fill up a third. So, okay, that's good. I'm not going to do that now. First things first. Oh, hi, doggy. We'll check the weather. Cloudy morning, sunny nighttime, rain tomorrow. That's good. So, I was going to check something. I was going to check this. So, 25 foot. And that is... Oh, that's bigger. What's that? 40 foot maybe? 7.5, 15, 25, 50, yeah. That's big. That's huge. Anyway, don't need one of those. So we're going to run over here and jump in this thing. Should be all ready to go. We don't have a lot of liquid fertilizer in here, which may or may not be a problem. But that's fine. I'll start on the big field and then... Okay. On. There we go. And unfold. Alt B. Turn on the thing at the front. And... Oh. So yeah, this is spreading quite a lot, as you can see. What? Dude. Let's try and hold the line. This is going to drain the fertilizer quite quickly. I'm not sure we got any on the farm. Yeah, we're taking this up to what, about 180, maybe 200 kilos per hectare. Corn is bad, but I used up like 90% of my digestate just bringing the fields up to this level. Now, digestate and slurry don't spread evenly. So you don't really want to use it to finish a field, but you want it to give it a head start. So theoretically, we're using less fertilizer on this field than we would if I hadn't done anything. But even then, 55. It's a cost-saving exercise. Yeah, we're down to... Actually, we're not draining the tank that quickly. It's not that big a tank, though, so... it is what it is. And also, we don't have a lot of fields to spray this year. Since most of them are cotton. We did that already. Cotton doesn't use a lot of, or need a lot of nitrogen. So it's quite an efficient crop on that count. I'm not going to make it back to the road, so I'm going to have to jump in the pickup and then explore the field to see where I am. We should be doing this rows and then headland, but narrow wheels doesn't really matter at this stage. Probably going to be at the far end at this rate. I don't think what else I've been up to. I did go down to the basement this week. And, wherein I discovered I've got some problems. One of my passenger cars keeps derailing at the same point, which is kind of, do I have to lift the track up, or do I have to fix the is it something with the wheels? And I don't know. It derails at exactly the same point every time round, but it's the only passenger car of 7 that does so. And it doesn't matter if it's on the front of the train or the back of the train, it derails at the same point. So I'm thinking it's the running gear, and I'm going to have to take a look at it. And the best thing for that is to have what they call